Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Ace Thunder, what's going on? How are you doing today, man? We should be live on Twitch, on YouTube. We are not doing TikTok today. Make sure this audio is all good. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, drop a 1 in the chat. Sound like a real streamer saying that. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Let's figure out how we want to do lights today. See what the bright. Let's see bright. Yeah, there it is. Something about those bright lights. They just wake you right on up. And let me pull the pop. There it is. Pull that off the screen for you. And let me pull up one document. Okay, so first of all, welcome in. My name is Shannon Williams. I am the OCPD coach, and I help you build a healthier relationship with progress. I help you through me living my life every single day and walking you along through that journey of life and me figuring out different tasks that I want to get done, finding that balance, and even getting work done. So I do stream 3 times a week. I stream every single Sunday at 1:15 p.m. Eastern time. That is the stream we are in right now. This is a planning stream. We're going to go over our last week's work week. I'm trying to get my words right, y'all. Bear with me. We're going to go over last week's work. Sounded like I wanted to add an extra W in there. And then we're going to get this upcoming week planned. After that, I do a stream every single Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And that is when we review everything that we had assigned. So everything we're going to assign today, we'll be reviewing it Thursday to just do a midweek check-in, see how everything is going. And every single Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, I actually get work done with you guys. So I do a work stream. I think yesterday it was from 8:30 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. So it was a really long work session. And I'm finally getting to the point where I'm just about recovered. I'm trying my best. I have a video game I've been working on, and I'm trying my best to get the demo for that video game out and available so that people can go ahead and check it out. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just sharing it so that people can know that I'm streaming, because I don't have a good way of sharing it just yet. And in today's stream, as I mentioned, we're going to go through all of the work that we had assigned this past week, and then we'll just see how we did. See if there were areas of opportunity, things we could do better, as well as figuring out how far we are from our overall goal. So I'm just pulling this up, planning the session. Looking forward, Coach. Yeah, appreciate it, Ace. Thank you for hopping in. Trying to get more consistent. I think I've been streaming consistently now for, has it been a month of consistent streaming? If not more, it's been over a month. I might be at 2 months now. So week planning. All right, here we go. All right. Leave the music here. That's good. Music is good. All right, let's get to it. So we are going to start here. And actually, I like this one better. There it is. I got some great feedback from my consultant earlier this week from my streams. And he told me I should make a background where I can get the whole window in without squeezing it. And I have no idea why I didn't think of that, but I will be doing that soon. Hey, appreciate you sharing it, man. Thank you. That's the type of support I love, man. That coming in, being active, sharing it, that helps get the message out. So I appreciate that. We are going to do, for planning sessions, I give myself, just to keep it consistent. So I've already done my warm up. That was the 5-minute warm up. And I have 20 minutes worth of review. So let me go ahead. I'll do 15. Let's try 15 minutes worth of review. Let's see if we can knock it out, because I do have to get back to work. I just want to make sure we hit everything. All right, let's go. If you were here tonight. Oh. All right, can you guys see that pretty good? Let's pull it here. So we're going to start here to do real quick. Unfortunately, I will not be able to complete this sprint 100% as I anticipated. Now, I could have easily bumped this ticket out and went along with the day. However, I don't want to get in a bad habit of doing that. I want to make it where if I don't get something done, then I didn't get it done. And we just have to take whatever comes with it. So I was able to move around 3 tickets, but the 3 tickets I moved around were bumped for higher priority tickets, or wound up being split up into multiple tickets because the amount of work that went into it was much more than I originally anticipated. And that happens. This is why this is such a great test for people who have OCPD, when we are rigid and we are very all or nothing. This is a great test because it makes you spend that extra time figuring out if you are being fair to yourself, if you're being realistic, then also holding yourself accountable. So we're going to keep this. I have finalized customer brain system. I was trying to work on this before the sprint started, not the sprint, what am I in? The stream started, but I wasn't able to get it done. And it's okay. It's not the end of the world. We'll bump it over and we'll get it resolved. So let's move to our in progress. And I had one more thing. So another big thing I wanted to work on, but did not have time, was this sabotage and recovery system. I'm so close to getting this done. I just haven't had a chance to look at this at all. I've been doing a lot of troubleshooting and UI stuff, so it will come. I just didn't get a chance to this time, and it's okay. We'll move on. Let's keep going. So let's talk about the things I did get done. Let's get to the good stuff, right? Implement detailed customer. My son does that. I got to stop doing that. I'm picking up his habits. But implement detailed controller support, part 1. I did that. The reason why I split this into a part 1 and part 2 is this is a complex system I had to build. So I was able to get this working for buttons, sliders, what I call tickers. The thing that I need to get it working for right now is going to be the, what is it called? Keyboard, a virtual keyboard. But when I get that, I was starting yesterday. I just didn't commit to it because I had a higher priority thing. So I wanted to split that up and push that part out into next sprint. And this was unexpected. This was ad hoc. I did not anticipate this coming in at all. I was just working on the UI, and it made sense to do both at the same time while rebuild a UI system that I then have to go and make controller ready. So we went ahead. I just started doing both at the same time, which leads me to the next thing. Implement UI art part 2. This is a big one. So this is broken up into 3 parts now. I had part 1 last sprint, part 2 this sprint, part 3 next sprint. This is a huge undertaking. This is something that I have to update alerts. I have to set up animations and the placement of things. If you guys can see, I'm a drawer. I've always drawn, but I'm literally sitting up sketching UI designs all day, just UI layouts, what looks best, how to functionally get this thing where we want. So this is a big undertaking, and I'm comfortable splitting this up into multiple tickets just to make sure we are not rushing through it and we still get the credit for the work we're doing. Next up, we had benchmark social media stats and analytics. I did that before the stream started. So we went up a couple subs, couple followers. That's cool. Watch time is going up. So we just need to keep bringing people in here. And it looks like these streams are doing pretty well. So I'm really happy to see that. The next thing, additional NPC design. So I give myself a ticket for this. This is one, I kind of shortcutted this because I didn't make a clear criteria for it, but I did make a single character. I did give a new design to a single character, so I count that. And what I would like to do is, when I have time to really prioritize it, go deeper and really make more of these designs. But we take credit for what we get done. Next up, admin planning. This is where I do all of my work before the stream. So if I'm setting up graphics, if I'm setting up the stream on YouTube, sending out social media stuff, whatever it is, that's all of this. So I get this done. I always just allot myself a little bit of time to handle this. Justin, GG, what's going on? How you doing, man? Justin has been part of this, so he's been helping me get a lot of this stuff through with the work he's doing, man. He's really helping me out with the optimization, making it look nice, y'all. This game is looking beautiful. I cannot wait for people to step foot in Valentine Mall. Up next, OCPD coach hyper focus stream. I did that last night. That went from 8:30 p.m. all the way till around 2 a.m. So got that knocked out. Next up, replace AI art with real art. Hey, hold on real quick. I have to give a big shout out to Mike. Michael DePonio came through, and this is one of my old coworkers, but there it is. He actually took all of the art that I had, the AI art covers, and I had custom art design, and he went ahead and replaced all of that for me. And he even made a few custom designs himself for some of the cases. But I was able to take all of the art that he did, just convert them from PNGs to JPEGs, and then re-import them into the game. And they all had the same name, so it was easy, nice, easy, straight to the point. This is why delegation, having people that you can bring on board to help you out, this is why you do it. Because while Mike was able to do that, I was able to do other stuff. While Justin has been able to help me with optimizing the game and setting up the units in the mall, I'm able to do other stuff. And it really takes a lot of weight off of my shoulders. But even just how stressed I was this week, I have no idea how I would have gotten it done without the help of Justin, without the help of Mike, without the help of Camille. There are folks who have been putting their hands in this project in different ways, and it's been really opening my eyes to how backwards I've been working my entire life. So huge shout out to you guys. Next up, let me make sure I got my ding. Got our ding for that. Next up, Thursday night stream. So Control Alt Debate is a stream that I started doing this past week. Was my first official week. No. 2 weeks ago was my first week as an official member. Last week or this week was my first week hosting it. It's Sunday. It's always the weird place, but this sprint was my first week hosting it, and I think it went well. It was cool. So that was really fun. Make sure you check it out on YouTube every single Thursday night around 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. we go across different channels. So the video is still up on my channel, and I have the links to everybody who takes part inside of the description. So if you want to check those out, we're just having real conversations. This past week, we talked about mental health and mental health ignorance, mental illness ignorance in the Black community. So really check those conversations out. Give myself a ding. The OCPD Coach Thursday stream. This is our check-in. I did that. Shaving. I added shaving on here because I realized that I shave every single week. I shave my head, boy, because it's easier for me to maintain. I just grab me some clippers. I shave my own head. I'm good to go. And I realized that I do it every sprint, and I have to debate when is a good time to do it is. So me adding a shave ticket really made it easy for me to say, hey, I go shave, I get credit. It's the magic. It's the magic. Next up, Jameson meeting. This is my meeting with my consultant, and this meeting went well. We are, I think we're gonna add another meeting each week to try to really see this game to the finish line. So those meetings, even Jameson, I talk about delegation, but even Jameson, he's already starting work on my next game, which is my horror game. And he's taking time now. I already have the characters made. He's taking time right now to break down all of the different mechanics that game could have, or just take all of my ideas and put it into a good cohesive system. So that is something that allows me to get work done here while he's getting work done there. I'm starting to understand what the Bible talks about buying your time back. I'm finally understanding what that means. So huge shout out to Jameson. Next up, build setting screen. This. What? How many points do I have? 5, 3? No, not at all. Not at all. This, if I'm talking about story point estimates being in hours, 10 might not even fully encompass how long this is taking. Building a setting screen has been the most annoying, complex part of this game so far. Building this game, and this is a complex game. Justin knows that from the art, the 3D art that I have in there, the 2D art I have in, all of the different mechanics. Building a setting screen is such a monotonous task, yet it is the first system that I tried to get fully built out, because the setting screen has all of the different types of UI elements you would interact with outside of a text box. You have a sifter where you can use the arrows to go in between options. You have a scroll, progress bar. You have buttons. You have what is it called? The toggleable, but where you click a button and something pops up. You have all of these things. You have just plain text boxes where you don't click them, but you just hover over them, and they need to be able to scroll the scroll bar the whole time through. This system took way longer than I expected, and then I had to do this system and make it work for the main menu as well as the pause menu. So all of that requires specific systems inside of itself, and I'm done, y'all. I did it. But this build setting screen was a huge one for me, because every single stream that I've watched where streamers are playing games, they always have to go and change some form of settings. So me having this ready to go, me having this efficient, it's just foundational. So yeah, got that. That was big. Cutting my son's hair. I gave him the chicken pie now. My wife asked me, what did you do to our son's head? I said, I gave him the chicken pie now. That's my son's word that he made up. And it worked. It is working wonders right now. Do billing, I did that. Notification overhaul, I did that this sprint. Look, see, now this is that reflection period I talk about. I've done things in this sprint and completely forgotten about some things I've done. I thought this was last week. This was this week where I did the notification overhaul. So, wow, that's huge. Work out at least 2 days this week. Yes. Sun time. Yes, absolutely. Build the church system. Y'all, I have a church in my game, and I finally added the Bible verses. So I added, I think about 12 Bible verses. You can go in, just select the topic you might be struggling with, and you get a Bible verse. Simple. Added it in. Set up a poll on the Discord server. Yeah, this was last sprint. This was for control or debate. I had to find a topic to talk about, so I got that done. Reading the Bible for 30 minutes. I have been doing my Bible studies. Sharing my OCPD coach thumbnails with with Camille, who's my video editor. I did that, gave her access to all of those. Trademark check-in, got that done. OCPD Coach Sunday stream, got that done last week. Wipe time, got that done. For some reason, I thought I had wipe time in here twice, which wouldn't have been a bad thing. I just was confused. All right, and then we have Camille Biweekly. I did that. So overall, guys, 25 tickets done out of 27. And that, again, that is just the number of tickets. That does not take into account the amount of story points assigned to each of them. And honestly, I have to give myself a pat on the back. We have Sandra Faye in here. Welcome in. Who is one of the other hosts and possibly the creator of the Control or Debate podcast and YouTube panel that we talked about a few times in here. I have to give myself a pat on the back real quick. I want a better sound effect, but I told myself I would not do Here Comes the Money unless I earn it. So I'm trying to see if I have another one. I don't think I have another one that's good enough though. Oh, I got it.
I'm the upgrade.
Hold on. Let me try another one.
Say hello to my little friend.
That's better. Yeah, say hello to my little friend. That is what this sprint has felt like. Say hello to my little friend. The creator. Yeah, Justin, the creator. So Sandra created it. I didn't want to misspeak, but Sandra created Control or Debate. And we do that again every Thursday. And yeah, we had a great conversation this past Thursday. And that I had 2 different tickets in this sprint for it. One was for coming up with the topic, and one was for us actually doing it. I think it's really important that we always make sure we give each other credit for, or give ourselves credit for the prep stage. A lot of times we don't consider that as progress, as work, but it's the reason I have brainstorming in here. Sometimes stuff is on my brain and I'm not actively working on it, but I'm always thinking about it. That still takes up some of your energy. And I have a great analogy. One of these days I'm going to do it, but I have this computer thing. You got Cash App? I do have Cash App. Ace, do you want to donate something? Hold on, man. My wife told me I should add this in, and we're gonna see something. I do have a Cash App, man. Let me see something real quick. I also have a PayPal. Hold on, y'all. All right. Yeah, I have to listen. My wife, she always tells me some good stuff. So I need to start listening when she tells me stuff like add Cash App. I don't know, y'all. I've always just been weird about money. But I guess I am doing a service, so if people do want to send anything, feel free. I appreciate it. There it is. That's me. Okay, Sandra, you did awesome on the panel. Glad to have you as a core member. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, that was a really great conversation. We need to have more conversations like this. Just the transparency of it all, hearing each other's sides. I think all of this is imperative for us to grow and expand our knowledge. So guys, now that we did this, 25 out of 27 tickets is crazy. For myself, I know the weight of some of these tickets, and I'm proud. I'm proud of myself, Shannon. If I had I'm gonna look at myself in this camera. Shannon, you did a great job. I'm proud of you. Keep up the great work. And also, everybody who I collaborated with over this past week, thank you guys. Thank you, gals. This has been really, really great for us to get things done. And shout out to my wife. I always talk about everybody else because when you're married, you really just feel like one person. But my wife, the work that she does with my son, shout out to my son. He's so dope. He makes sure he keeps me protected. I wasn't feeling well, y'all. I was out yesterday. My stomach was torn up all day long. It was like a rock sitting in my stomach all morning. And my son just checked on me, made sure I was okay. He brought me some breakfast. He's 4. But it's the intentional energy we give towards him. That's why I always make sure I have son time on here because, I mean, that's my boy. You can help the world, you can impact the world, but your child, that's your person. You know, that's your person. So I'm not gonna get too into this stuff. Let's move on to the next topic. We are going to go ahead and start getting ready for our retro, but real quick, let me do a 5-minute break. And in the midst of this break, let me go ahead and do a little talk real quick. So here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. I am the type of individual who loves to be transparent basically 24/7. It's weird. Certain stuff I say, my wife has told me that didn't need to be said. And I still just believe in being transparent, being real. That is what I'm able to do on these live streams. That is why I stream 3 times a week. And I will be honest with you guys and tell you this morning, I had so much, I don't want to say anxiety. I don't want to use that word because that's a strong, anxiety is a strong thing. And I don't want to use it here. But let me just say I had to do a lot of mental prep to get ready for this stream. Why? First of all, I knew that I did not get to complete as much as I wanted to do on my sprint board this week. I took half days from my job, my full-time gig. I took half days for the past 2 weeks, but my half days were not half days. I was still having to work. It was still in my brain. We were having fires. So I did not get as much done as I wanted to this sprint. And I'm using this as it's justification, it's an excuse, whatever you might want to say, but it helps me get understanding of why. I always try to analyze, why did this happen? What can I do better? How can I make changes going forward? And I realized that every single night this week, I was up till 2 or 3 a.m. just about every single night. And you guys seen it yesterday. I'm not bluffing. This was a consistent thing. But that being the case, I did not want to come up here and keep showing you guys that I'm not able to finish a sprint. I just don't like that feeling. I want everything to be efficient. I want to show you guys I have the processes, I have the strategies. But a big part of what I do is transparency. And things will not always get completed 100%. This is why I had to apply one of my own principles, which is the 80%. 80% expectations. Instead of me trying to do 100% expectations, which will be getting every single thing done in my job, in my Jira board, me reducing my expectations to 80% allows me to see this as a win, as a big, big win. I could have done something different, but it's fine. Because with OCPD, we always set the bar for ourselves higher than it probably needs to be. My 100%, it might be somebody else's 120%. And I'm talking expectation right now. What I expect for something might be much higher than somebody else's expectations. And now that I know that about myself, I know that about how my brain operates, I could look at this as a win and say, man, Shannon, you didn't get everything done, but you got a lot done. And comparing the game, where the game is this week to where it was last week or the week before, I'm seeing progress. One thing I know I need to do better is rest. I have to be better at resting because rest is progress, as I always say. And when I get in these seasons, when I have a strict deadline, when I have something that needs to get done, I have a hard time resting. The question that I need to answer for myself, and this is just me talking real quick, is it appropriate for me to have these spells where I don't rest properly for a temporary time? And if that is the case, what is my cutoff? If I'm having these weeks where I'm just going hard, going crazy at work, what is the cutoff? And what is the makeup? If I went to bed at 2 or 3 a.m. and I woke up at 11 or 10 a.m., is it fair to say I did get rest? Because I'm trying to get better with that. I normally would do a thing where I go to sleep at 3 a.m. and I'm right back up at 7, but I'm trying to balance it out a little more. So these are just questions. I'm just talking out loud, transparency moment, because that reflection, you constantly have to do reflection on yourself and do both sides of it, positives and negatives. All right. Speaking of positives and negatives and reflection, all of that good stuff, it is time for us to hop into what is potentially my favorite part of the stream, which is our retrospective. Let's switch over. Let's first of all, hold on. Let me do this. Let's go active. There it is. And before we go to the retrospective, retrospective. Let's complete this sprint real quick. So we are going to do this play testing. Whoo! We moving to the play testing week, man. Let's go. Uh. Mm-hmm. We're moving to the play testing sprint. I'm so freaking excited, y'all. I've been working on this game for a year, and this is the longest that I have consistently been able to stick to a single project, game wise. I'm saying, without falling off course, getting distracted, canceling it, and bloating this thing. Now, Justin, who might still be in here, knows originally this game was only supposed to be about 2 or 3 months. I said I was gonna do it in 2 or 3 months, but the vision, I just started having clarity with my vision, and I'm so glad I did, because the game I would have built back then is the game that I'm seeing 5 and 10 of now, and it just doesn't feel special. So the game I'm building is special. That being the case, I want to tell you where you can go find it. It will be available on Steam, and it is available for you to wish list right now. So you can go and you run a video game store in the 1980s, and a custom built 1980s mall, custom built, every inch, every single detail of the mall is custom built. So if you are the type of person who loves the 1980s culture, or you love mall culture, maybe you love retro video games, this is the game that you want to go check out. It doesn't use AI art. I'm not using Gen AI art, Gen AI voices, no Gen AI. All of the voiceovers are real humans. All of the 3D art was made by real humans. The 2D art, the graphics, all real humans. Every inch of the programming and scripting, I'm programming it, is made by a human. So if you're not ready for the Terminator to come and do what it's going to do, then go support that game. All right. All right. Now let's get back to business. So it's time for our retrospective. I allotted about 15 minutes for this. And oh yeah, bravo. I got that review done in 15 minutes. So let me switch my time on here. And that's great. I'm glad I was able to get that done in 15 minutes instead of 20. I'm trying to make these streams a little bit shorter, just so I can buy some of my time back and also make sure I'm on task. And we got 6 people in here, guys. If you are in here, please do me a favor, leave a like on the video. If you like this type of content, if you want to follow the journey, if you need help, then you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. That is absolutely free. That doesn't cost any money. And if you hit the bell and go to all notifications, you will always stay updated whenever I go live, whenever I post shorts, whenever I post videos. Now let's hop to we just completed that sprint. We are going to go to our sprint retro, and we are going to do this. And pay attention, guys. This is the, especially if you have ADHD, OCPD, this is what I believe to be one of the most important parts of the stream. Why, Shannon? Why is it so important? You say this every single time you do it. I'll tell you. The reason why this is so important is this is the reflection time. This is when you get to look at yourself, your process, your tools, all of the stuff that you had access to last week and that you utilized. You get to review it and say, these things went well, this did not go so well, and these are steps that I'm going to take going forward that can make this process more optimized. That is what we do with this sprint retro. This is not something I created. Again, I am a certified Agile Scrum product owner. I have a certification in this, so I have been trained in running a project from start to finish, and I have been able to do it. But I started applying these strategies to my personal life and running my life as a business. And as you can see, I'm seeing amazing results, although I'm tired, although I might be a little burnt right now as far as my energy, a little bit zapped. I'm still making progress every day. And yes, even when you rest, you are making progress, because rest is progress. All right, let's get back to this. Tamboree, support the channel. Send to Shan phone on Cash App. Thanks so much. She's fast with it. That's my favorite mod right there, y'all. That's my favorite mod. She's always on it. Okay, so let me take another sip of water because I talk a lot. And I'll give you all a pro tip. If you want to drink more water, I know I've always struggled with drinking water. Get yourself one of those the water jugs, water coolers, whatever you see at the offices. Get yourself one and put it right next to wherever you're always at. If you're working from home, have it right next to your desk. Keep it stocked. Keep 3 water jugs at all times. Don't let yourself run empty. And don't have any cans or sodas or any of that stuff in your easy to grab vicinity. I'm telling you, you'll drink water, especially if you talk a lot like I do. All right, let's get to it. So, timer, 15 minutes. I didn't get my sprint, my project objective, but it's okay. I think if I'm not mistaken, it was get game demo ready, something like that. All right. So first of all, what went well? And I like to do the sandwich approach to feedback. I got this from Toastmasters, where you give some positive feedback, give some negative feedback, whatever you want to say. Areas of opportunity, I'll say constructive criticism, and then you sandwich it with more positive feedback. So what went well? I would say that delegation, collaboration, paid dividends with buying back time. I'll say that. A big thing with Justin. So last sprint, I had it as an issue where I wasn't able to properly put Justin in place to succeed. Hold on, let me just see. Yeah, here it is. Oh, okay, so project was set up. So last week it was set up, but this was the issue last time, 2 weeks ago. I brought Justin in to help, but I don't have the sandbox ready for him to execute on anything. This is a delegation flaw on my side. Look at that. I give myself real feedback. You have to, oops, I cleared it out. You have to be real with yourself and give yourself genuine feedback. So this is a thing. Let me close that out. We're going to bring that back up as a point, because last week, 2 weeks ago, Justin didn't have access. Last week, he got access. This week, so strides. Just has made tremendous contributions to the project. Another thing that went well. So the main menu, excuse me, and setting screen for RGSS look and feel, I'll say phenomenal. I hardly use that word, phenomenal. I like to use different words. What didn't go well? Did not rest properly. Another thing that went well, made it to every I'll say core stream on time. But what didn't go well, technical difficulties on control or debate channel. We're going to bold this. I want to talk about this so we can get an action item for that going forward. Okay, what else went well? I've been eating. So my eating, because if you all don't know, I have ADHD as well. So I do take Adderall, and my Adderall intake has been, I'm supposed to take 2 a day. I have access to it, but I used to just do 1 a day as I needed it. I've been doing 2 a day because I've been needing to do my 2 a days that I was prescribed so that I can continuously stay motivated. So my eating has been stable, even with my prescribed intake. I'll just put that. Okay, Justin had one. What went well? Fix that FOV headache. Yeah. So what went well? Quickly. So that's that magic word right there. Quickly fixed the FOV crisis at 1 a.m. Oh no, it would have been 11 p.m. 11 p.m. Quickly fix that. And this is where we go back to collaboration. Bring in consultants, collaboration, consultants, experts. You want to have people in your corner who know what they are doing and know what they. You should have people. I believe when you're working on stuff, bring people in that know more about something than you do. Bring people in that know more about the thing that you're trying to do than you do. They help you stay on task. Another thing that went well, reached out. Did I put this on here? Nope, I didn't. Great. So reached out to Simona about writing my first official book and scheduled the meeting for weeks down the line. That's a big one for me. Let's go back to what didn't go well. So what didn't go well? So due to time, I didn't do a teaching session in hyper focus strain. But that's also something that went well. So what went well? Found peace in pivoting with hyper focus strategy. So Tamboree, first of all, can you tell me anything that I should add in here? Anything that went well, anything that didn't go well from your point of view? Same with you, Justin. If you have anything, Sandra, if you're still in here, anybody who's in here who knows who has had communication with me, this is a great time for feedback. So anything I can do better, anything that went well, and anything that didn't go well, please add it. This is the opportunity to be completely honest with me. Also, if you want to use Jira, which is the program that I use to track all of my tasks, I did just drop the link for that. So you guys can go get Jira access there. If you need help setting Jira up, I have two options. First option is this. I have an old video talking about how to set Jira up. And second option is I have a Patreon account. So this is brand new. If you want to get that one-on-one help, hands-on support, you want to become a Patreon member because you get access to private streams that I'll be doing where I don't go on YouTube and I don't go on Twitch. I would just be doing private streams to help you out. And I also will be doing one-on-one work to set you up in Jira. So I will literally set your board up, make sure you have everything you need. We would do weekly meetings so we can do check-ins and I can make sure you're on task and just give you that extra accountability. So as I mentioned, collaborating with consultants and experts, I can be your consultant or your expert for helping you run your life like a business and then helping you find that balance in your life with progress and build a healthy relationship. All right, back to work. So let's talk about this. What didn't go well? So my half days at work were more like 3/4 days. All right. And guys, I appreciate everybody again for hopping in here. You might want to think about how to get your name off my list this week. Dang, I'm on your list. All right. So let me see. What went well, what didn't go well. I will tell you something that didn't go well. I'll be transparent with you guys even more real quick. I could actually I add this as an action item. So when I'm hungry and annoyed, when I'm hungry and tired, I need to separate myself. So that's the solution. The problem is this: when I'm hungry and I'm tired, every small problem feels big. Not as patient. and I come off like, and no, not even come off. I act like an asshole. I'll say it. I know it is what it is. I know about myself, and this is one of my things. Having OCPD, I know, I'm not using mental health as an excuse. I know what it is. When I'm hungry, I get hangry, and I'm also tired. Every small thing to me, it just seems big, and I'm not my patient self. I know my face is not the same. My vocal tone is not the same. The words, I'm not using as many words to make everything sound good. So I know I'm acting like an asshole, so I need to do better with that. So that's the first step. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to get better with my patience, y'all. Trust me, I am. My wife has told me I've been doing better, but I know how I can be sometimes, so I'm not perfect. What did Justin say? I see at Justin celebration, but I don't see what Justin did. Oh, you talk about the old comment. Okay. I know you going back and forth right now. Okay. What else did not go well? Something else did not go well. Oh yeah, I didn't get my board complete. Did not get RGSS demo ready as planned. Right, yeah, Justin, that's nature, not OCPD. I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, you can't even blame it on mental health. That's just how you are. That's how it is. You just have to get better. So I'm definitely working on that. Did not get, and then never, just for clarity, because I know people always like to do conspiracy theories and all that stuff. It's never anything too crazy. Oh, wow, I got a cash app. Hey, I appreciate that. Shout out to, I'm guessing this is Ace. Shout out to Ace for the cash app, y'all. Ace, shout out to Ace for the cash app. Wow, hold on. Let me do this. Let me do something. I'm guessing that was Ace because I don't see who it is. But if it was you and it wasn't Ace, then let me know. That's for Ace. Thank you. Yeah, that is Ace. Yup, that's Ace. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Ace for $5 donation, man. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get back to it. So, what didn't go well? What did go well? What else went well? I will say this. Even though I was busy, I still tried to make time for family in the mornings before getting to work. Ace, I appreciate that, Ace. You're real for that, man. Thank you so much. You are the first person that's ever given money, ironically, to me doing content as far as I can remember outside of people subbing on Twitch. So I appreciate that. That's real. Thank you. So we got that. What didn't go well? I keep saying What can be done going forward? Stop using as a placeholder and just be quiet. Another thing that went well. Or actually, no, this technically would be for this following. What went well? Got cash app. I know, yeah. Justin, what Justin just said, got cash app from Ace. That's something that I'm gonna have to put for next week. Justin, yo, you just subbed on Twitch. What? Hold on, y'all. Actually, no. I have something more appropriate. So, Ace, I got one for you, and I have one for Justin. Justin just subbed on Twitch, man. Thank you so much. I don't have sound effects set up, but I will give you guys this. So watch this. Hold on. Watch this. Real quick. We are going to, we get to do this. We get to do, if I can get my stuff together.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
There you go.
Here comes the money.
Nah, I forgot my dance, so that was an ill. But you guys get, but no, for real. Thank you for subbing on Twitch, man. I appreciate that. I am doing this more consistently now. So if you do sub on Twitch, if you do sub on YouTube, I appreciate it. I'm not monetized on YouTube, unfortunately. But these are ways that we can still support the channel and support this content. So thank you guys. And then also, Ace, you get one too, man.
Here comes the money.
And he bought Mark out. And he bought Mark out. Come on. I appreciate that, man. He bought Mark out. Mark out, if you don't know, was the first video game I ever released on Steam. And that is still available. And I do still get checks for that game. So I released that game in 2021 and I still get checks every other month. I still get checks for that game. So I appreciate anybody who still buys it. I appreciate you, and make sure you wishlist Retro Game Store Simulator. That is going to be the next big game. And I'm telling you, if this game blows up, I'm doing a lot more games. I already have stuff in the pipeline that I haven't even talked about yet. So just wait. All right, hold on. I have to add 5 more minutes to the clock because I did get a little off course, I'll say, for good reason. Just to celebrate you guys for celebrating me. So I appreciate that. But let me make sure I do get everything out of this. So other thing that went well was this. The characters. So Jameson is going to get to work on horror game while I'm doing other work. Mike delivered on promised assets as expected. Strategize with Camille in clear fashion to ensure she understands the needs of the channel. Strategize with is the big thing. So with, that's getting feedback. That's seeing what changes we can make, all that stuff. That's a big thing. It's the empowerment, trying to make sure she's empowered. Another thing that went well is I received, and again, guys, if you always want to make sure you don't miss these, make sure you have the notification bell set to all notifications or something. I think it's all notifications because that ensures that you will always get alerted. So I received final characters for horror game, and they look amazing. Plus one to my delegation. I'm considering an idea on how I can do a reward type of system for different struggles that I might have, and I might want to MVP that out. So let me right here. Need to create MVP approach to internal reward system. This is just a way for me to get +1 on different mental or different struggles I might deal with. So I want to figure out a way to do that, and we'll give that one a bow so we can talk about that. What else did not go well? I will say what else went well is pull it out. So first of all, this is something, it might seem small to you guys, but take the wins. Found peace in bumping tickets and splitting tickets as necessary. I remain honest with myself and maintained integrity. For string. So another thing was this was the small thing. Found new music playlists for vibe setting. Started working on how to optimize processes in the future. And this would have been following up with repeat contractors, considering templates for each scope of work, building a project outline. Another one, sub, like a real product owner. So that's a big thing. Some other stuff, man. What else? It's okay. It's not about getting every single thing. It's not about every single thing. It's about time. Oh yeah, I streamed on TikTok a few times. Streamed on TikTok a few times from my pad. From my pad. How is it? iPad. And gained a few followers. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put a big thing right here. No, you'll see what I'm gonna do. So add for milestones for benchmarking. Add for benchmarking. Justin Twitch sub and Ace. So Justin Twitch sub and Ace Cash App. And what's the other thing? Mark out. Okay, so we'll add that for benchmarking for next week. And I'm at time on this one. So what we'll do is these are still an issue for me. I still need to do this. But we'll bring these up. And this, I'll say make a ticket. That makes this actionable. Right now it's not actionable. Make a ticket. Make a future ticket. We got T-Bone Malone. Welcome in, T-Bone. Make a future ticket. So if you guys are just hopping in, do me a favor, leave a like on the video, y'all. That lets YouTube know that this is a real video. We need to show that we are actually getting some content. This is not AI crap. This is not slop. This is where you come if you want to actually make progress in your life. This is the channel. So we're gonna figure out how to get it done. All right, so I need to make a ticket for this. And I'm just doing this one part and then we're gonna go deeper into it. So when I get time, see if I can make a ticket. So anything on here, if I don't have make a ticket, it's not happening. That's what I'm learning. I'm learning about myself. If I don't have make a ticket, it's not happening. Another one, make a ticket. All of these, I have to make tickets. And when I make tickets, I pull them out of here. I don't really know what I needed to do here, but I still put make a ticket. All right, make a ticket. There it is. Okay, cool. That's that. So let me bump this up here. And then I'm going to add this in here. Add benchmarking. And what is this set at? 11. We're going to set this to 11. And I guess I should add my Cash App at some point. I don't know. I had to figure out how to do it, but add Cash App for donations in the future. Okay, so real quick, I'm taking a 1 minute break. Just because I've been talking for a long time. All right. Was that 1 minute? Did that play 1 minute? Because if that was 1 minute, that was a fast minute. All right. Let's get into it. So that's business. I'm not texting just for fun, guys. I'm trying to secure some more music rights. Oh crap! I had to add one more thing. So Amari's beats are all added, and he mentioned that I've been motivating him. So I had to add that. Okay. Now 20 seconds and no talking. Some good water though. All right. Now it is time to go a little bit deeper into these. I'm going to pick a few. We're going to give ourselves 5 minutes and just talk a little bit deeper about them. After that, we'll get ready to do sprint planning, which is what a lot of people want to get out of it. So, do you believe in karma? The word itself is interesting because I don't know about the spirit, like the background and all of it, but I do believe that the energy you put out can bring certain energy back to you. So, I guess so. And even when I read the Bible, it was a lot of stuff I remember might have been from law, but it was eye for an eye, tooth for tooth, all of that stuff. Treat people how you want to treat your neighbors, how you want to be treated. All of that stuff to me just goes back to that type of thought process. So I guess so, yeah. Okay, so let's go with the bolds first. First, an opportunity right here. With control or debate, I need to figure out, and that's the action item, figure out why YouTube streaming gets overridden when multiple are scheduled, I guess you could say. So that was a weird thing that happened. I don't know why. I've had this issue with Streamlabs in a couple different areas where my streams go to the wrong stream or start the wrong stream up completely. And I've had it even where the days are accurate and it's worked, but whatever the case might be, that was an issue. So I think I want them making that a 15-minute delay. That was on me because I couldn't get it figured out. So I don't like stuff like that happening. It just seems unprofessional. So going forward, I need to figure out what can be done to make sure it doesn't happen again. One thing is just making sure I don't have any scheduled streams. That should make sure it doesn't happen. But even when we got the stream going, it was not live streaming to YouTube yet. It took a while. So I don't know. Maybe because my computer crashed before it and it just was having a hard time. So that's one thing. Next thing we have on here is this. I need to create an MVP approach to internal reward system. This is just a way for me to get +1 on different. So it was just a quick thought, but I have certain things that I'm working on, such as delegation. And I think I should have a way to give myself points every time I do well in that area. So basically gamifying my mental health progression. And every time I do well, I just give myself +1. Now, will I be able to do anything with these points? Will I be able to cash them in or I don't know. Will I have milestones? No idea, but just a thought, because for some reason I keep wanting to say +1 delegation, plus help patience, +1 delegation, +1 with whatever might be patience, time management, process management, all of that good stuff. So let's keep going. The next thing I have on here, I got about 2 more minutes on this part. Amari's beats are all added, and he mentioned that I've been motivating them. So this was a big one for me. So I have a cousin who makes beats, and I'm his first paying customer to have him make any beats. But I realize I'm a lot of people's first paying customer, ironically, because even one of my clients, I'm his first paying customer because I want him to make a course for me. And I like to motivate people through empowering them. That was good. Hold on, motivating through empowering. Excuse me. Excuse me, guys. Drinking all that water. But yeah, motivating them through empowerment. So with me working with him, because he had over 100 beats that he had never submitted, and we had a good conversation. I said, I want you to do some beats for my game. I paid him to make 5 beats for my game. And I paid him everything up front just so I could just make sure he had everything he needed and show him that there was trust. He sent me every single beat, gave me different options on what things he could change. But then the biggest thing was this. I told him he should start streaming, and he didn't think he had everything. It was the all or nothing approach. I don't have all the equipment. I don't have all of that good stuff. And I told him, I said, you got what you need with this and you got it with that. 2 or 3 days later, he started streaming for the first time. And he literally told me that when he started streaming, he started becoming more motivated to make his beats and started making better beats. And people were talking, engaging with him and telling them how good his beats were. And then he finally put up his website where you can go and purchase his beats. You got to think, I'm not going to say I'm the cause for all of this stuff, because obviously I think a lot of different things come into play. But I definitely think I played a role in helping him get his level up in his confidence, as well as in his money making opportunities. That's what I like to help people in. I help you build your confidence. I help you with making progress. So me being able to do that with him, even him not being a client, but just off interacting and doing whatever I could, that's big time. So I definitely had to celebrate that. And now that we have done all of this, guys, it's time for the main event. Let's see what we have on here. What nice ones do we have on here? Let's do this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 All right. So it's officially time for us to get into planning. This is the part of the program where we are going to plan out all of the work that we're doing for this upcoming sprint. So we have from July 6th until July 13th. And guys, July it is speed running out of days. I need to get this demo out to people. I can't push this game until next year. So I need to make sure I'm ready for Steam Next Fest, which is in October. And for me to do everything I can, I need to get the game out for about 2 or 3 months just for demo purposes. So let's go through. Again, I'm in Jira. If you want to follow along, which I highly encourage you to do so that you can get the most out of this stream. And is my son asleep? I hear my son. I'm trying not to go daddy mode right now. I'm trying to focus, but he's supposed to be sleeping. He always tries to do this if I'm not around. He tries to just boss his mom around and stay up and do all that good stuff. So he might try to be trying to take advantage of it. But let's go through this. Right now, it says I have 54 tickets in here. There's no way I'm making 54 tickets. There's no way I'm completing 54 tickets. So let's do this. We're going to go through. The first thing I like to do is move every single thing that I know I'm absolutely doing. I move all of those things up to the top first. So let's do that. Let's go with OCPD Coach Sunday stream. This is what I'm working on right now. So let's do OCPD Coach Sunday. I'm zooming out just a little bit so I can see. So this stuff, boom, yep. Okay. So let's take all of these and pull them right up to the top because we know we're absolutely doing these. No questions asked. These have to get done. Now that that's done, mall fleshing. Justin is really doing this. On one side, he's doing this, and I'm doing it on the other side. What I need to do is add more posters. So I'm going to add a note. Currently seeing if this should be delegated. Justin is doing part of this, but could Ben knock out making the ad posters while I dedicate time elsewhere. This is something I always like to do. And what I need to start doing is putting a label. So the thing I like about Jure is that you can add labels in here. I've never done this. This is actually cool. But right here on labels, I'm going to add a label here for, first of all, Retro Game Store Simulator. And then the next one is going to be, is delegatable a word? Delegatable? I don't know. I'm making it a word for the stream. So we'll put it there. And that just means that's something I might be able to delegate. I think that's really good to keep in mind as I'm working through stuff. So we have that at the top. The next thing, trailer requirement. This is going to be top of the list for me. I have to get that done. So I'm trying to get the game submitted today for testing. I have a few more things I need to fix. And then the biggest hurdle I need to jump over is going to be making sure it is building. Because when you try to build the project with Unreal, sometimes you run into headaches and you've made too many changes. So that's one thing. Building the Santa system, bump this out into, what's next? Demo marketing? Yep. So bump that out to demo marketing. That's not urgent. And since I did about 25, I think I did 25 out of 27, I think. We'll try to keep it to around 20. We'll try to aim for 20 tickets, but we might wind up going over. But we'll see what we can do. Again, I need to hit 80%. I need to hit 80%. So even if I accomplish a lot, I'm going to keep in mind that I'm only trying to hit 80%. So let's keep going. Implement sound effects. I would absolutely love to do that this sprint. I know what I'll do. This is what I'll do. I'm going to do this. Implement sound effects. Implement temporary sound effects. That was genius. I'm so happy that came to mind. And this is why. I have somebody I want to do the sound effects for the game, but I wasn't able to get in contact with them because I reached out yesterday to try to get it in this sprint. And I don't want to put pressure on them to have all of the sound effects ready by next week. What I can do though is I can try to put temporary sound effects in if I get a chance. And then I'll have the opportunity to go back and make another ticket next sprint. Hold on, guys. I just got another cash app. So we got to celebrate again. Hold on. So around 13 minutes. So we just got a cash app from Tony from Tamboree. And I think that counts. I don't know why I got cashed app, but we'll take it. So here, this is what we're going to do. We get another Here Comes the Money for Tamboree this time.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Come on.
Here comes the money.
Yeah. Thank you, Tamboree. Shout out to you. Well, yeah, we appreciate that. Back to it. So I definitely want to do the finalized customer brain system. The month transitions and new days feel like a big deal. I think I should give myself credit for this. Plan out what players will experience each day they come in to Ballantine Mall. each day or a week. So that's the big thing. We have to plan for the day or the week. Which one do we want to do? So I made a ticket for it. Resource effect system. Let's move that to post demo. Add way to toggle visibility of customer desires. Again, that's something that I could say is I appreciate the kiss tambourine. Thank you, my big supporter. Now that's my baby, y'all. She keeps me motivated with the streaming stuff because I know my views have been low getting started, but she's in every single one watching, and that helps me just understand that somebody's getting this information at minimum. So next thing, convert appropriate marketing checklists into Jira tickets. I'll move it to the bottom because I could do this. The question is, do I want to do it this sprint though? I don't think I do. So, but then we go right to demo marketing. Let's just do this. I won't make sprints for it right this second. Let's just get the game done first. Let's focus on getting the game done. Do billing is not going to be this sprint. That'll be next sprint. And by the way, a sprint in my case, one sprint is 1 week. So one sprint. Every time you hear me say sprint, that's just 1 week of work from Sunday to Sunday. So I end my sprint when the stream starts, and I start my next sprint when the stream ends. So keep that in mind. All right. So canceling textures.com subscription, move that to the top. I only needed one material, which was this ice block material, and I grabbed it. So I'm going to cancel it. I just wanted to make sure there was nothing else I needed. We have fixed unit purchase system. This not needed right now. Let's move that to post demo. Because with the demo, I'm not allowing them to purchase any units anyway, so there's no point. The Marvelous Balloon Store. Move this to post demo. Initial iteration of Valentine Mall. What is this? Oh, this was something I already set up, not even realizing it. So let's move this, because this is basically mall fleshing is the thing. Let's go ahead and delete this. I don't want to mark it done and skew my numbers, but that's already done. Get movie list for 1980s movie store. Again, let's move that down to post demo because that store won't be open yet. Fix bugs. I just about got this done, but let's move this. Actually, no, let's complete this because this is done. So I did that work. So we'll get credit for it. They can sit down, and I did add the item catcher. So if anything falls off the map, it can get caught. If you haven't liked the video already, do me a favor, leave a like. And if you have not subbed, leave a subscription. It's free. Turn the notification bell on so you get, I was about to say localized. You get notified every time I go live or make a video. And we do live stream 3 times a week. All right, what's next? Camera system. I so badly want to add the camera system right now. I do. Because it's already done, basically. But let's do post demo. I'll give people something to look forward to. I might wind up adding it though. We'll see. Localize everything in this game. Why do I have that as a 1? That is at least a 5. That will not be done until demo marketing. The reason why is because I'm still adding, I haven't finalized all the text in the game. It makes no sense to do it right now. Scout upcoming conferences. We're not doing that this week. We don't have time for it right now. Optimizing the game. This is a Justin thing for the most part. So Justin is doing this work, not going to pull it in. So since Justin is working on this, he's optimizing the game. I'm not even going to pull this in at all. I'm going to bump it out and I know what's going on in the back of my head, but it doesn't require me to do any active work. So why have it sitting here clogging up space? Build the core catalog for unit customization. Not needed right now. They don't need that for the demo. Birthday system for player. I really want to add this, but I'll put post demo because it's not urgent. I have a sound effect and I would like to play it if the player selects their birthdays. Oh man, that's really easy to add. I can literally see how that system will work. But that's me. I have other stuff that needs to get done. If I focus on the wrong stuff, the needed stuff does not get done. I have to keep reminding myself. Rest and recovery system for the shopper. I would love to get this going, but we are going to add it in the demo marketing stage. So if I get a chance, that's when I'll add it. Flesh out economy. That needs to happen this sprint. Place order for sound effects. I would like for that to happen this sprint. So I'll switch this to place order for official sound effects. And we'll say list. So I need to create a clear list for whoever's going to be doing it. And I'll say create a list for sound effects specialist and include game references that I like the sounds of. And this can be, I'm a classics guy, so Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, Crazy Taxi, Candy Crush, 80s rock music, something like that. We got 6 people in here. Appreciate everybody that's in here. Again, if you want to follow along, if you want to understand how to plan your week out of life, this is the best stream for you. But also, Jira, that's the Jira link. This is Jira Help. So if you want to learn how to use Jira, and then if you want one-on-one help, I have a Patreon and I can help you one-on-one. Okay, so we're going to be listing that. So let's say, so we have admin planning, benchmarking, mall fleshing, listing and placing order for official sound effects is in here. I have mall fleshing on here and I'm trying to figure out if mall fleshing needs to go in this sprint. Let's get it done. Let's get it polished because then that saves time for the person who's making my trailer. I don't have to say, no, just give me another week and all that good stuff. I can say, we're good. Here's the project. Did you make any changes? I did make changes, so you might want to pull it and let me take a picture of where I was at just so I can remember. Okay. To the map, I don't know, but I'll close mine out. That way you can do what you need to do. Hold on. I need to push up another change. Real quick, guys, just pushing up a change. Okay. So we got commit and push to urgent. So it should be pushing right now. Okay, let's keep going. So all of these so far are definitely happening. That needs to happen. Fleshing out the economy needs to happen. Add all items to stores for demo. Will this be me or Justin? Where is the line? So I'll add a comment here and say, Justin is adding placeholder items to flesh out units, but I still need to have customers shop around and buy products from other stores. This requires me to flesh. No, it just pushed just now. It just finished pushing, so you good. This requires me to flesh out and let me do this. This requires me to flesh out the product NPC product data table. You got it now? Okay, cool. So this is a both of us test. He's working on part with fleshing. I need to add to store to NPC product data table for demo. Now this here, flesh out economy, and I'll say tables. Few things I need to flesh out. We're going to say this is so that when I get to this ticket, I know exactly what I'm doing. What I noticed with my ADHD, whatever you want to call it, OCPD, whatever the case might be that's getting in your way, eliminate roadblocks early. So if you know that something makes it where you want to keep pushing the task off because you don't know exactly what needs to be done or whatever the case might be, try your best to get everything outlined early. So we're going to say license cost, license names, distributor, quest, and rewards, tier or XP rewards, level locked products. So we have level locked products. What was the other thing? Level locked products. So NPC store shoppables, console tiers. So it's console tiers, it's console data, not needed for demo, but helpful to have. Okay, what else do I need to have on here? Let's say event cadence. I should say event cadence for now. That's fine. And I know I'll go a little bit over. I might just add 10 more minutes to it, but it's fine. Again, I think I need to bump planning up to 30 minutes now that I think about it. Planning should start being 30 minutes because it's such a, you got to make sure you bump. I'm doing planning and refinement, and I probably should split those out. But let's give ourselves another 30. Another 30. All right, let's keep going. So I definitely need to do this. Add all items. We need to do this. Consider loopholes and issues. Let's bump this out. This is actually going to be on that's going to be delegated by another team. I do want to add another ticket in here for just fix bugs. So fix bugs in bugs data table. I have a data table in the game that just tracks bugs. So I need to go and make sure all of the bugs in there have been fixed. So clone sprint value. So we'll have it in here. Another thing, I have meet with social media. I'll just say guru to discuss their outline. Okay. And this is gonna be meeting. Hey Alexa, what time is my meeting on Monday? Hey Alexa, what time is my meeting on Monday? I don't know if she can even hear me. I got a fan playing.
Tomorrow, there are 3 events. At 8 a.m., there's Landis Trainer Planet Fitness. It usually takes about 38 minutes to get there. At 4 p.m., there's marketing meeting with Chiba.
4 p.m. Got it.
And at 6 p.m., there's Linda coming over.
Okay, so I'm giving that about an hour. Hopefully it's no longer. But we're going to talk about the content creator side of marketing. So that'll be a lot of valuable information. And I spelled data table wrong. All right. Okay. So that is definitely happening. So let's move that up to here. Configure all mall events for demo. What I think is going to happen, I think I'm going to have play testing this week, and then I'll have a follow-up meeting with Jameson. And my follow-up meeting with Jameson is going to be where we flesh out all of the events. So that being the case, let me move the economy table here to here. I know I might still bring it in, but for right now, I know I'm not finalizing it. So no need to bring it in if I can't finalize it right now. Send RGSS for testing. Yes, this is the playtest stream. That is the go. Put that there. Build clear image magazines. This is absolutely not necessary right now. Add and design cinema marquees. Not necessary. Stuff like that I can do in about 2 days, but I don't want to spend any of my time doing that right now because that doesn't make sense with the other stuff I have to get done. Okay, so we have finalized customer brain system, which definitely has to be in. We have customer can be influenced by marquee. Customer reacts to announcements. I think I can make that one system. I think I can make this one system. I think I can make these one system. What I'll do, I'll bump these out for now, but I think I'll be able to make that one system inside of my customer brain system. So we'll add a note. Can announcement reactions be handled with this? Customer stops, looks towards speaker. Customer stops, looks towards speaker, and reacts. Again, this is not necessary, so we'll add this as a stretch. Because I say a system like that will be really quick, but it's not typically quick. It winds up taking me a couple hours, and I only have a couple hours a day to work, so can't waste a day on that. Okay, so we have that. Sabotage and recover part 3 needs to get done. The data table, I would like to get this done because this will help the testers have a better understanding of what's going on. So we'll try to get that done. Set up customer voiceovers and animations. This is not clearly defined, and I think I would need more customer voiceovers and animations for this. But what I'll do for right now, I'll move that down here because I don't think we need it right this second. Add in Joe Mayor's book. I want to add in my buddy's book somehow in the library. I need to find how to do it where it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb because I don't have other real books in there. So, but I'll figure it out at some point. We'll get it added in. And plan that out. Replace remaining AI cover art. Oh yeah, I do have 3 more pieces of art that I want to update, but I don't need to do that this sprint. I can just pull those games out if I need to. All right, so we have implementing UI part 3 absolutely needs to happen. I noticed a lot of bugs for me happen with the UI stuff, so that's why I'm working so hard to get the UI looking well. And then also, if I start getting streamers playing this in over the next few weeks, that game has to look solid. Especially with me going non-AI, I have to make sure that the non-AI is better than what AI would make, or at least on par. It can't be subpar and then I'll say non-AI because then it defeats the purpose. All right, plan out what players will experience each day. That's something I think I can get done. I'm just trying to think. I have a bulletin idea. I just need to flesh that out. So I'll move that to brainstorming. I have an idea though. I think it could be a something that just pops up, and I might need to even just do MVP for now. So we'll say, let's just MVP this for now. Make a UI screen that looks like a document and list out today's events and date. That's simple. I can simply do that. I already have everything in. Again, this is MVP. Get the core mechanics of certain stuff, and then I can always refine it later on. But I would spend way too much time on stuff that nobody cares about. I have a bad habit of doing that. All right, where are we at? So we are at 28 tickets. I think that is more than fair. More than fair. So I'm just always double check just to make sure. And I have a minute and a half, so let me just double check. Oh, and then let me make a ticket in here. Create a ticket for retro action items. Because I won't have time to do it right now. However, I can add all of this here. That way I have a ticket next sprint when I'm doing planning to make sure I do it. And there was one more thing in benchmarking. So in here, don't forget to add donations and subscriptions. All right, so we won't forget to do it. We'll make sure we do that. All right, with that being said, I think we are looking good. I do. This sprint feels a lot more manageable. Excuse me. This sprint seems a lot more manageable. And what I'm going to do is this. Always, anytime you do sprint planning, you want to make sure that you are considering risk. So things that might give you a hard time, you want to keep that stuff in mind. And as I look across this, I'm not seeing a whole lot of stuff that would give me a hard time. I'm actually seeing a lot of simple stuff that I can knock out pretty fast. And that is healthy for me because I've been burning out on all the different ends, trying to get all this stuff ramped up, and I have to do a cool down. So this is my cool down sprint, slightly cool down. I think if anything, this is going to be the hardest one for me. Adding all the items because I don't have all the items yet. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't. Can this be simplified for demo? Customer walks in unit to points on map, and then I could say to blueprint point on map. The blueprint doesn't hold the actual mesh, but can spawn as item in player's hand. That might even be too far. So brainstorm this. Even simpler is this. Customers walk in, go to random points in unit, and then go to counter. when they go to counter, bags spawn in their hands. If they have bags in both hands, they will not come to your unit. This gives players a reason to have the weapons. The weapons will force the customers to drop the bags. I look at that. So I just came up with something off the top. This is why we talk about simplifying stuff. I just sat here and simplified. That's crazy. So let's say refine customer shopping system for other units. That's simple. I can literally make the customers just go to a random point, go get a bag, leave, just like that, just like magic. It'll work. I love it. I love that. Another thing I want to consider is having a value for every single store, so you can know how much every other store is making in a day. I think that'd actually be really, really good. But I think I'm getting too far ahead of myself now. Okay. This looks good. Let's ship it. It looks good. Start the sprint. This will be backlog work. Yeah. Nice. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get this sprint started. Hold on. All right, let's get this sprint started, y'all. Ready? Go. All right, we are live. The sprint is active. This is the playtest sprint. And what I'm going to do first of all is this. I always like to start my sprint with a win, right? So I already have fixed bugs, one right here. That's fine. What I want to do next is OCPD Coach Sunday stream. Nice and easy. I always have this ticket as the first ticket that I can complete every single sprint so that I start off with momentum. And then what I go and do inside of my Jira board, and this is blocked over here, I know you can't see it, I just start to reorder everything because that allows me to know exactly when I can get certain things done. So this is blocked. That's a Thursday thing. Anything I can't do today, we move to blocked. This moves up. Can't do that today. Admin planning. Trailer requirement moves up. Trademark check-in moves up because that's a quick one. That's in progress. Shaving moves here. Cutting my son's hair moves here. Benchmarking moves here. Implementing UI is in progress. Jameson meeting moves here. Sun time moves down. Wife time moves down. Only reason is we just always wind up doing this, so I never have to have it at the top of the list. Canceltextures.com moves up. Reading the Bible can move up because these are easy to do. And that's good. We good. We are good. That is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. You have to make sure you just refine your board. That's the thing. After you get your board all sorted out, you know what you're going to do. Consistently go and make changes. Put things where they need to be so that you can make sure everything is placed for you to succeed. So when I go into this board, I can look and say, all right, these are tickets I can knock out right now. These are tickets I can't touch right now. And after that, I'll be able to do whatever I need to do. List and place order for official sound effects that's blocked because I need to get the UI done so I can know what sound effects I'm adding in. And also, we'll block that one too. That being said, let's kick this thing off. I am going to go ahead and I'm gonna try to get on a phone call real quick. And outside of that, I wanted to remind you guys, full cam, want to remind you guys of a few things before we hop off. If you are in here right now, go ahead and leave a like on this video. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that came in, folks who donated, subscribed. That's awesome. I appreciate that support. I want to remind you guys that I'm live 3 times a week. So every single Sunday, the stream that you're in right now, I do every single Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time or 1:15 p.m. Eastern time. Apologies. But this is my planning sprint. So we went over last week's work. We did a retrospective where we just seeing what we can do to improve our processes. And then as you saw, we just planned our upcoming week out. And if you want to see how I'm doing, so if you want to do a weekly check-in with me where we go and we see how many tasks we completed, if we're having any issues, all that good stuff, that's when you want to make sure you attend our Thursday stream. The Thursday stream is where we review everything and we just do a check-in. This is a really quick one. I like to do it no more than an hour. So that's a really, really quick one. And finally, if you want to be part of the process, if you want to see the work getting done, if you want to get some very insightful information when I do teaching sessions, Saturday night streams are the ones for you. 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, every single Saturday. I typically do an hour's worth of teaching. I didn't do it this sprint, but I typically do it. And then the rest of the time, I'm working. So yesterday, it was from 8:30 p.m. Eastern time all the way to 2 a.m. working, just straight work. So it's a great time if you want to get work done. That is where you want to be. That being said, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. It's free. Hit the checkbox, or not checkbox, the notification bell, and make sure you have all notifications on so you get notified when I drop my regular videos, because I do have other videos I make or chopped up videos that come out in shorts. So make sure you are subscribed to that. And I hope you guys keep fighting for your life. That's all. That's all from the OCPD coach. Hope y'all have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.